Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cruise Shop Save. I hope you're all well on this Friday evening. We've been away for a couple of weeks. We took a little break. I said we. Why am I saying we for? It's me. It's only me. I took a break for a couple of weeks, but I'm back and raring to go. We've got some amazing guests this season. So let's just talk about a couple of things here. I am Cruise Shop Save. And what I do is provide helpful content and information for all the ports of call. But most importantly, what I do is try and help and support all the businesses in the ports of call by just communicating directly with you, the cruiser, about great things that you can do in the ports of call, supporting local businesses. When we get back, and we're going to get back pretty soon. So if you wouldn't mind showing your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Cruise Shop Save, and all my social medias. I've got Facebook, I've got a Facebook page, I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, I've got Pinterest. No clue what Pinterest is all about, but we got Pinterest as well. But without further ado, let me tell you about my guest. It's Joyce. Joyce has been my guest before, and everybody said they wanted Joyce back. And actually, you don't know this, but Joyce and I, we were on for an hour, but we still did not talk about everything we wanted to talk about. So today we're going to focus on Tauck River Cruises, because she is a cruise director of Tauck River Cruises. We're going to talk about when they're going to come back to service, and we're going to talk about the book that she wrote, which is called If I Were Not Upon the Sea. So without further ado, here she is, my special guest this evening and my friend. It's Joyce. Hello, my love.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for saying yes to coming on the show tonight.
Oh, I'm happy to.
Yeah, and I mean, me and you and I, rather, good English. You and I, bad English. You and I talk through the week as well, and when we get talking, oh gosh,
it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. But everybody wants to know how you are. What are you up to?
Yeah, good. Greece is, well, I mean, like everybody, dealing with the pandemic and getting on, but more and more people are outside now. We still have restrictions, but they are rolling out. Young kids are at school. The next level is going back to school next week. We can get into some shops and different things. So they're rolling it out, but the best part is they're going to be opening up for the tourists mid-May. Mid-May, about between, I think, the 15th or 19th. But I mean, it's restrictions. Either you have to be vaccinated, or you have to have a PCR test within 72 hours. Or if you went ahead and found out if you have the antibodies and you have it, you bring that, and it's a walk in the park. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
because you've got quite a few ships coming to Greece. You've got Seabourn. Did I get that right? Seabourn.
Yep, Seabourn. We've got Royal Caribbean, MSC, Celestial. We've got the Greek lines, of course, will be running. So Celestial, Nico Cruises. I think Mystique is going to be. So there's quite a few, and they're going from Greece. They're coming out of Israel. They're coming out of Cyprus. So cool. They're going to be out. A few ships did last year, and they were quite successful. So they want to prove the record again, and Greece, I think, is leading the way. So
that's great.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, you've got a couple of fans here. They've already jumped on to say hello. You got Jonathan saying hi, Joyce.
Oh, Jonathan.
Hi. Oh, from Wyoming. Hi. Hope it's all right over there.
Wyoming. Oh, awesome place. Awesome state.
I have never been to Wyoming.
Oh, it's wonderful. Open space, fresh.
Is it?
Gorgeous.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I'd love to.
Jonathan used to be one of our dancers, and I bet he's dancing all across the prairie.
I bet. We've got Magdalena says hello.
Hi, Magdalena. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And we got Denise. Cool. Big hello from Denise.
Oh,
hi, Denise.
Big hugs, Denise. She's here in Greece. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Melanie in Nevada, Reno. That's her sister, actually.
Hi. So I have been to Nevada. Sharon's in Nevada too. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I've been to Nevada, Lake Tahoe, gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. doing that later. Absolutely. And then we've got Sue saying, hi, Joyce.
Sue in Colorado. Hi, Sue.
Oh, that's another gorgeous place in America.
Yeah. Excellent. Scott's New York. New York.
We're going all around the States. Hi, Scott.
Yeah.
Hi, Scott in New York. I love New York.
Awesome.
We've got Jaya. Oh, from St. Kitts.
Oh.
I love St. Kitts. Hi,
Did
Jaya.
you hear about the St. Vincent volcano?
Yes, I did. The volcano. And all the cruise ships are headed. They'll be there. They'll be there now.
They're going today. They started today.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay. It's great that the cruise ships are going to help. So we got Bridget saying hi, Joyce.
Hey, Bridget.
We've got
wow, this is so exciting.
It's just going to be you saying hello to all your fans.
Yeah, it'll be the whole hour. We'll say hello.
Say hello. Tauck, happy to be back for episode 2.
Oh, awesome, Tauck.
Yes, exactly, episode 2.
And while I'm thinking about it, I'll send condolences for the death of Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, today. Yeah.
Prince Philip. Yeah. He had a great life, though. Hey.
99 years. You gotta commend it. Yeah.
I know. What a man. What a life. Controversial at times, but I just think he was before his time, and condolences.
I think we're all controversial. He was just in the limelight, but I think we all have something controversial.
Yeah, no one puts what I say in the news. No. We got some more. So Magdalena says, so nice to see you and hear.
Oh, she's so lovely.
Yeah. Oh, greetings for Katsand. What's that? Katsand. Am I saying it right? Katsand.
Katsand.
Okay. That sounds exotic.
Cold. It's very, very cold. Bridget, I hope you're not under snow.
Oh, okay. Where is it?
Bridget, type it in exactly where you are.
Yeah, tell us where you are. Melanie says, Bob is listening too.
Oh, hi, Bob. I hope you're doing good.
So now I've got an issue with one of my Facebook pages, and I do apologize. And whoever is watching from Paris, I do apologize. The link isn't working, and I haven't got your name. But I'm going to look on the Facebook, and I couldn't fix it in time for the show. So I'll try and get it up, and we'll find out who you are in Paris. Ooh la la.
I think it's Christine. If it's Christine, hi, dear.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It could be. It could be. I have a few French friends.
I apologize for that, Christine. Denise, Joyce, lots of love. I hope we'll be seeing you soon. Our Saturday outing. Oh,
I hope so. Our weekly Saturdays are very missed this past year.
Yeah. So Denise says, hi, sis.
Yes.
And Melanie.
I had 2 people that worked with me that the guests or passengers would think we thought we were sisters, or they would actually get us confused, thinking one was the other. One was Trisha from England, and she's a dancer, and Denise was a dancer and also from England. So I'm from America, but they all thought we were sisters. So it's quite funny.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. I have to fix that by next week. So I apologize that I couldn't get your name. So,
Bridget, you had 23 degrees last week. Cool.
Yeah. So we are talking about Tauck River Cruises. There's been lots of announcements. Ships sailing around the UK. Ships sailing on the river cruise ships sailing on the Mississippi. So can you fill us in on what's going on with Tauck River Cruising?
Tauck is rolling out. They're rolling out. They started in America. Our last conversation was they had and were rolling out Yellowstone, and it was very successful. Awesome that they were able to do that. Now they have rolled out the Mississippi River on the new Duchess with the American steamship. And people are loving it, and they're excited and just happy to be back. And then they're putting in Savannah, Georgia, And I think they've got Floriade is what is a new one that's coming along for Europe. Hopefully it will go this year, if not for sure next year. But they are taking it literally week by week, statement by statement, and country by country. And they're closely watching right now Greece and Iceland and England, because they have all said they're going to open up for the tourists. So they've been prepared, they've been ready. They just need the borders to open. And when the borders open, Tauck's going to run. And the fact that they've already opened up in the United States to get to certain places have given them that experience to really know how to handle us when we're out there. You know, they're giving us details about how the hotels are running, how food is being organized, how the buses are being organized, what will be the protocols. They will be strict with the protocols, and that's for all of our benefit. I, for one, love to break the rules, but this time I won't be able to.
Yes.
I'm not going to get in trouble for something on this. It's too serious. So they're on their website. They do extremely well keeping the updates as they are coming in. Literally, if it's daily, you'll see a daily change. If it's weekly, monthly, it's in there. But they're ready, and I think I can speak for all of us, tour directors and cruise directors with Tauck. We are dying. You know, we feel a little bit. We're all patient, but I think it's given everybody, not just us at Tauck, but I think everybody in their individual jobs, I think they realize how much they love their jobs. I think they realize everybody's taken a step back, and this has been the prime. So when we get back, I think the guests are going to be inundated with such happiness that it's just going to be a great experience. There won't be room for, you know, a bad mood or even breaking the rules or going against something. I think people are just going to be so happy to get back to the cruise ships, get back on a bus. You know, they'll wear their mask, you know, they might sneak some air underneath. But yeah, I don't see where people are going to be going against it, because they've waited so long and still waiting. So, and amazingly, the turnout for vaccinations in the United States is quite phenomenal, specifically for those who want to travel.
So I mean, whatever the views are. I mean, I've had my vaccination. I had AstraZeneca. You've had your first one as well, haven't you?
Yep. Also AstraZeneca, the first one. I did well. I think you did pretty good. We both got tired about your mind.
I just wanted to sleep, but I guess, you know, it's natural and your body's trying to build up those antibodies. But if anyone's watching this, let us know if you've had your vaccination and which one, and let us know how you feel about it. Are you going to do it? Are you not? Are you?
Give us feedback.
We want the feedback. We want to know who's out there. But I mean, I'm like you. I want to travel, and I just know that if I'm vaccinated, then I can. Although there are cruise lines that are saying you don't have to be vaccinated, and I think this is they're speaking more to younger people, because they're going to be some of the last one, like MSC. You don't have to be vaccinated,
right? And the hard part is, if people are thinking about changing, if they're going to stay in the States and go state to state, or if they come over to Europe and they're going to go to a different country, each country has their own. So the hard part in that is, you may not have to wear a mask over there, but over there you will have to have a mask. And I can't choose the country, because I don't know what they're going to do, you know?
I mean, it's like even before this. So Sue is asking, please have Joyce tell us where she's working. I see her shown as cruise director with Tauck.
Yes. So Tauck, I don't know. I'm sure you must know about Tauck. They do tours, and they also do around the world, and as well as river ships and small ships. I'm on the river, and with probably the finest group of cruise directors you're going to find, all well knowledged. I mean, they trained me. T and Frank are two people that phenomenally trained me. Frank was my first one. T was my second, and Steve and got me onto the Christmas cruises and trained me and stuff. So all of us basically shared ships on the Rhine, the Danube. Portugal was supposed to come out last year, and unfortunately, Portugal is closing their summer at the moment. We don't know if they're gonna change their minds. So I could be on any one of those ships. I might relieve one of those cruise directors. They might come and relieve me. So we're kind of scattered around between the 9 ships that Tauck has. How many they're going to be using this summer, if they are, or if they're going to be on full swing next summer, that part we don't know yet. That's ongoing with all of the lines, whether it's a big cruise ship or a small river ship. Everybody's on standby.
Mm-hmm.
So
in response to our question about the vaccination, we had a lot of people. So Denise said, she said AstraZeneca, first one. I felt great, no problem. Good to hear.
Good.
Sharon said she's vaccinated. She said the Johnson & Johnson, so 1 and done, no side effects.
Awesome.
Melanie, awesome. 2 vaccinations for us both. Jonah, you are ready to go.
Awesome. You see, there's the proof right there that oh God, Bridget, you got AstraZeneca. Great.
AstraZeneca. Todd, I've had dose 1 of Moderna, no side effects. Looking forward to traveling after dose 2. Yes, me too.
Awesome.
Joan said, want to go on a ship with you again.
Come. I'll let you know wherever I go.
So they're very, very behind in shots in Canada. Oh, that surprises me. Canada's got a really good health system.
I was talking to a couple friends from Tauck, and they were saying they were very, very behind in Canada, and that saddened me. They're our neighbors, should be taken care of properly. Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, neighbors when I'm in the States, not my neighbor here. So
Sue, in response to what you were saying, she said, thank you. I was just curious if you were doing US or Europe. Also, I do have 2 shots. I'm ready to travel.
Oh, awesome. Yes, Sue, I'm in Europe. I'm definitely in Europe. So Europe, get on a plane and come over, even come to Greece.
You know what's funny that I wonder where Sue lives. I wonder if
she's in Colorado. She's in Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Mississippi.
Mississippi. I don't know if anybody has investigated and had seen the new Duchess, but it is wow. It's really phenomenal, and a lot of my friends have actually traveled on her already and were there for her christening and everything. So it's great. It's nice to see that. Americans, it's a big country. They do have a wide choice to choose from if they can't get to Europe. So that's pretty cool. Only I want you to come to Europe. Help us or open the borders.
I know. It should be long. It shouldn't be long now. So Joan said there was 4,200 new cases in Tauck. Oh, that's sad. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But in the States too. Yeah, in the States. And here in Greece.
So we've got something to talk about with Amsterdam soon.
Yeah.
I
Amsterdam.
love Amsterdam. Oh my God, it's so great. I love it.
It's gorgeous. It's so clean and beautiful. Yeah.
It is. So that's us all kind of caught up with Tauck, and I think you're right. They really keep up with the website, and it's largely along the same lines as what other companies are doing.
Exactly.
And so I would like to ask you, well, actually, let's just keep it on the same subject as river cruising, because I want to talk to you about your book, If I Were Not on the Sea, because we were talking so much last time. We finished the show and I was like, we didn't even talk about your book. So you're not going anywhere until we talk about your book. So we've got a special cruise to talk about that's happening in 2022 on Tauck, and I'm going to attempt to share my screen here, and it was going horribly wrong earlier, so please forgive me. Just technical stuff.
And I'll have to tell the cruise director T and Frank, because any of us will be working on that one. And if they are, you've been taken care of tremendously.
Okay. So my background is to run shopping programs. And over the years, I've run shopping programs on Crystal and Viking and Seabourn and Silver Season. It's always, I don't know how you feel, but for me, it's always about an experience. It's not about, just shopping for shopping's sake. When you travel to countries, like shopping is, and the items that you buy, that they're indigenous from that location. And a lot of luxury products come from different parts of the world. And so we've put together this amazing shopping cruise, luxury shopping companion. So it's not all about shopping either. You also get this, I mean, you must be familiar with this route, right?
Yes. I think I did this one the first time with T. She trained me on this one. And it's wonderful. I mean, when people are racing all day with their lives and they're just so busy, the 11-day is the perfect timing. I mean, you're kind of racing, yes, because look, Amsterdam, 11 days, and that includes, days in Milan and trains and buses. But it's so exciting because you're just mixed in with every local at every place you're going to. Yeah. And every one of these spots, which you're the expert, they have unique shopping.
Amazing shopping.
And
so it's in Milan. Mm-hmm. Hello, Milan, for shopping. But the thing is what's interesting about shopping and why we had the service on the high-end ships was it takes a lot to know where to shop. And you always have that doubt, am I in the right place? Am I getting the best? So really, when you go shopping at home, you know exactly where to go. A friend might tell you, oh, you need to try that new, well, not right now because all the shops are closed, but you know what I mean? So you're familiar with where you live and where to shop. Whereas when you travel, it's so much work to research and find out. So we basically have done all that, and we will take you to the best of the best. So you have Milan, Zurich, Amsterdam is amazing shopping. You got the diamonds, Basel with the watches, and then Dusseldorf. We have an amazing experience in Bruningers, which is a department store, but it's luxury. So think Harrods, Germany. Have you ever been to Bruningers?
Yes.
Oh, you know it.
It's like, I mean, it's a fairy tale. For me, that's a fairy tale. You just walk around. Yeah. With your eyes wide open and your mouth hanging down, people know that you're a tourist when they see you. And when you see this area for the first time, these shops are it's amazing. Beautiful. It's really beautiful. So then go out and have a bratwurst afterwards.
Oh, yes. You have to have one of those. But the cool thing about this, and so Bruningers itself is amazing. So you could just go there on your own. But we've arranged for private shopping rooms. We can arrange for some models to come and some personal shoppers. We can arrange events. It's so fantastic. So this cruise is, I mean, this is how much it is. This is everything that's included, quintessential Tauck. Everything is thought of. And there are some amazing tours. But if you've been before, and you've done the tours or the majority of the tours, then this is a great way to explore differently. This is a great thing to do. And
that's great.
I'm going to stop sharing that because I want to see your face. I know. I don't even know what's going on. Has that stopped? Yeah. Okay.
That is great. Oh, and that's August 2022.
That's August 2022. Hang on. I froze. August 22nd,
oh, wow. 8/22/22.
22/22, 8/22/22. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But if anyone's interested in that, they can just send you a message on me. And actually, I'll put the link in the comments in the feed so you can see it when you're watching this, even if you're watching this on YouTube. But what was I saying? So when you go to when we go to Basel, we'll take you to Lucerne, where Bucherer is, Cartier's flagship store is, all of that. and it's, well, I don't know about 2022, but it's crowded. Like everyone is there. There's queues. People queue to get in those
Right.
locations. All the Chinese tourists, the Russian tourists, European tourists, Americans, Canadians, everyone's there. So we are Tauck. So we take people in and we go upstairs and we have a wonderful shopping. We drink champagne. We have macaroons and we just shop in luxury. And it's
Well, if Frank or T gets that cruise, I'm kicking him out.
you just have to tell him, dude, you can't, you're man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You know, you just touched on something that's really exciting because of the fact that Tauck does exactly what you said. They put everybody ahead of the game. But in seeing that, you said something that I love. The Chinese are there, the Russians are there, Americans are there, Canadians are there. It's like an American melting pot put into the city of Lucerne.
yeah.
And it's exciting to hear the babble as you're walking around and you know and you're listening to your guide and your tour director is getting you to from A to B to C to D.
Yeah.
It's that to me right there sums up how wonderful these tours are, on the small rivers. I love them.
You know what I love is you get, you are busy, but you get a little time for yourself. And I love just to duck into a cafe and just sit there and I just take it all in, and you can hear everyone chatting and look at the maps and they're like, oh, they're all so excited. And I just love sitting back and watching it. It's so fabulous. I love it.
And it's going to be more exciting now because of this pandemic. So there's going to be a heightened excitement about it. So, and in that excitement, I'll throw it in right now, is that Tauck is going to be celebrating in 2025 100 years of business.
Wow.
And that's why their expertise is travel, and it's all around the world. It's going to be really exciting. It's
so
going to be
2025.
Yeah.
They
it's
are
Tauck's 100th year.
Yeah, they will be doing some pretty special stuff, right?
Oh, I guarantee it. It's going to be exciting. We're all, thinking about it. It was really last year when it came into reality with them telling us, hey, 5 more years is 100 years. We're celebrating 95 years. Was the horrible part of the pandemic, was revving up when they told us about it. And then we lost it, and then we're losing part of this year. All of a sudden, you start thinking, "Wow, that 100th year is in our backyard."
It's not.
And
it's
how many travel companies have survived 100 years?
Well, exactly. I mean, and Tauck's a family business, right?
Yes,
Still a family
the
business.
Tauck family. Mm-hmm.
I think that adds to the survival of a company. The fact
It
that
does.
you've got Fred Olsen. Family business. You've got Viking family.
Yeah.
That's still privately owned. And the things and Tauck, and there's probably more that I don't know about, but they are the ones that are most resilient and they have the most passion. It's not just a corporation or a business.
They care. And it stems right through their tour directors and cruise directors. They give that same right back. So, and they're huge. They're all over the world, and it's like 400 or 390 something that they have directors taking you to all these places, some places you never heard of, and then other places that are popular and you just want to go and you don't want to go with a large crowd. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I know you care. I know we were chatting once and you told me about something that you did for a guest.
Excellent, Bridget.
I was just
which the one that we took the ship back to port? Is that the one you're thinking?
Yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, this out of 120 guests we had going to the sparkling event.
Right.
The sweet thing, she comes up the stairs. The captain's pulling the vessel away, and I see this woman out of the corner. I see a person movement coming out of the side of my eye, and I thought it was a crew member, and it was a guest. And I said, what are you doing? And she says, oh, everybody's telling me to go. And I said, honey, they're gone. And she looked at me, and I grabbed the hotel manager, Marina, and I went, oh my God, I can't believe this. So my wheels kicked in. At that point, the hotel manager was talking to her. I disappeared and I ran to the captain, Captain Hendrick, and I begged him. I said, we got one person that didn't get off the ship in time. He goes, so what are you asking me? And I said, go back. And he goes, are you crazy? He goes, and I said, you're 10 feet away. This is a little vessel. It's not a 3,000, 4,000 passenger ship, you know? He looked at me and he said, it's one. And I said, yeah. And he goes, if there's a bus here, Joyce, we'll do it. So I called one of the tour directors. They said their bus was still there. And I said, okay, we got one person. We're coming ashore. He too, the tour director, thought I was absolutely mad. But the lady, she left the hotel manager and she was going back to the cabin to her stateroom to change. So I ran down and I knocked on her door just in time. And I said, are you ready to go to the event, the sparkling event? She says, well, I missed it. I said, I know, but you haven't missed it. The captain's bringing the ship right back. I got to get you off the ship. The bus is coming back to get you. I think they had to leave their spot and they turned around. So we got her off. I walked her myself right off and put her in the hands of the tour director, Christian. And he really thought I had, flown the loopy bend. And we got her there. And I just think,
yeah,
it delayed that last bus, but they didn't miss anything. It was 15 minutes. They hadn't done anything at the sparkling event yet anyway, but drinks and hors d'oeuvres, and they got that too. So it came out in the end. So yeah, awesome.
She will be telling that story right now. You know what I mean? That would have been, out of everything that happened on that cruise, that will be the thing that she tells people.
But she got it again. She went on a bike ride, and then unfortunately on that specific bike tour, they were going up a hill and she thought she couldn't make it. So Patricia, who was the tour director, same cruise, of course, same lady, and she let the tour go on with the bike leader, the bike tour leader, and she brought the lady back herself to make sure that she didn't get lost to find us again. So she had a double whammy, and we each felt for her, and it was, and the poor thing, the whole reason she missed the sparkling, or she missed getting off, was her credit card wasn't working. So her husband was at home and the bank. So for 3 hours, the poor thing was on all these long distance calls trying to get her credit card to work. And she didn't hear the announcement that, got to get off, go, get to that. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what's also amazing to me is that it's a family business, and they're quite diverse. So like you say, rivers, land, tours, they do everything, but they still maintain that really high service. And that is what Tauck are known for. They're just known for that high service. The travel agent Adam, who has arranged this group, 22nd of August, 2022, when he said, you should, because we've arranged, we talk all the time. And he said, he went to China with Tauck, and he said that you don't touch your luggage. You just don't touch it. And that's unbelievable, because you can go first class, you can do all sorts of things, but you still have to carry your luggage to the airport to get there, and you have to carry your luggage back. It kind of takes the shine off. But Tauck, they don't let you do that. It's amazing.
No. They're there. And of course, there's always a hiccup somewhere. But I mean, when there's a hiccup, you've got so many people that just hone in on it. And most of the time it's successful. Once in a while, you get that tweak that didn't happen. But they go after, if it didn't happen, I mean, if they couldn't fix the problem, they go after trying to make it better in another way. So
it's, you know what, things are always going to go wrong, but I always say it's how it gets fixed. And if people still want to make it a bad experience, then that's their decision, because it's like TripAdvisor, isn't it? People put a bad comment, but if the manager rocks up and puts, yeah, we gave you your money back, or we gave you a credit, or we, you know, whatever, solved.
Well, it's like the last Christmas, one of the Christmas cruises, we lost the hot water early morning. We had an early morning tour to get off, and I like to get up early. I like to get up, have a coffee. I'm at the desk. I just like to be around and see the crew, you know, the night crew and stuff like that. Anyway, I always flip on the shower and I step out and I take all my pajamas off and I jump in. So I flipped on the shower, took off my pajamas and jumped in, and it was ice. I swore I woke up the whole ship. I let out a scream because that's a shock. So, and of course I didn't know, and I couldn't get the hot water. So I finished, you know, while I was shaking. And when I went upstairs, there was a line of guests who were screaming about not having hot water. And I went, oh my God, you too? So they looked at me and said, even she has the problem. It brought their temperature down a little bit to go, oh my God. So it is a wide thing. So we gathered everybody in the morning prior to the tour, apologizing, because that's, you know, it's like, So it was a way to wake up for the next 2 days. And it was fixed by the time they came back. So it was really awesome. The way it came about is we were in this together. So, you know, let's stand closer together and we'll warm up. You know?
Not in the shower though.
No. And now with the pandemic, that ain't happening. So.
So last time you were on the show, you took us down memory lane because you've had a long and exciting career on many cruise ships. And we talked about Britannia's, we talked about your time as a celebrity, we talked about how you met your husband and your son grew up on board a cruise ship. But what we didn't talk about was your book. And very, very aptly named. I'm going to put the cover up right now so people can see it. So actually, before I put it up, would you please explain a little bit about this book? What's it called?
Well, if I Were Not Upon the Sea, as we talked about last time, is a skit that came out of the holiday camps in England and brought on board the ships. It was just the most fun to do and it was like a highlight for we called guests today, but passengers back then. They loved it because it was just everyday people who had a profession, and we just took the mickey out of it and had a lot of fun and did silly things to each other. When I was putting the book together, I didn't plan to ever really write a book, but the weird part of it is from the day I walked on ships, I wrote notes of what I went through. This happened that day, and we were in this, and I saved itineraries, and I saved names of people I worked with, and passengers and guests that I'm still in contact with from 1981. I just was making all these notes, and I would put them in a box, and I'd go back to California, go home. I was putting everything in a shoebox. And I mean, I had notes even on toilet paper and tissues and, you know, napkins from restaurants. And when I got married and my son was born, I suddenly realized that, you know, I wanted him to know us. I wanted him to understand where we come from and that we were not perfect. We made lots of blunders, we made lots of boo-boos, and we did a lot of no-nos. And the book has that. It's my voice. Every chapter is my voice and my husband's voice. So my voice, the Greeks think they come first. The Greek males think they come first. So I wrote the book to make sure the females came first. And so I write in the first half. And then I took notes and literally interviewed my husband on and off without him really paying attention that I was doing it. And I made notes about his life. And so I wanted to honor my husband's family from what they experienced and went through in World War II. And how it was in Greece that caused him to get on ships as a job because there was really nothing else. And then here's this American girl that's several years younger than him. How did I get on ships? And I did it in Greece, you know, so two different countries, two different eras. We represent two different eras. He represents World War II. I represent basically around Vietnam time. And so how did that come together? How did we get together? And that's what the book explains. And when I was putting it out there for feelers and getting feedback from my family, from my friends, my cousin Sharon, she even had one of my letters describing my husband, which I described it to the T, and he's still that. And it wasn't kind, I'll be honest. I wrote her and told her things I did not like about him. And that's when we were dating. And she pulls out this letter one day, I think it was a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago. And there it was. And we were wetting ourselves going, oh my God, I thought about him 30 years ago like that. And I still think the same. It hasn't changed.
You married him and it's a successful marriage. But Sue says here that she's had your book for many years. She loves it. It's so Joyce. It tells many stories of her years on ships. It's true.
Oh, thank you, Sue. Yeah.
And Joan says, I have every one of our daily reports from the 55-day cruise. No way.
Yes. That was so awesome. Yeah.
And so, go on. Sorry. This is
no. There it is. Yeah.
There it is.
The porthole and the captain's table. Yes, the subtitle there is Under the Captain's Table because one of our entertainers actually helped me with that because Brooks Aaron, a famous entertainer in England, he suggested Under the Captain's Table because he goes way back with me towards the beginning as well. And when I was a hostess and we used to sit with the captains at the table, things were going on under the table all the time. Things were being passed, wrong legs were being rubbed, little tickles on the wrong person, all these silly things going on, cockroach on the table behind or on the wall behind the captain sitting there. And how do you get the maitre d' over there to knock it down before somebody saw it? These things. And he said, Joyce, you have so many things that go on at a table that people have no clue, and you should say that. And so, yeah, that's how Under the Captain's Table came about, was thanks to Brooks. And it just came out funny. So the book is divided on how my husband went at sea, I went at sea, how we met, and what we, how we go on with our life. But I got to be honest with you that as I was writing it, the feedback I was always getting from passengers, family, my friends was, what about the sex on board? What's it like? And I'm like, it hit me hard, and then you're like, do you want to be honest and say what you did? Because your family's going to read this, kids eventually, maybe grandkids, your mom, your dad. And it was hard. And that's where my editor, Mary McFadden, helped me, because she said, you know what, you can put it in there and do it discreetly. There will be people who get mad at you for writing about it. And then there's going to be those that are going to laugh about it because they're very funny stories as well. So, yeah, I told some stories, never used names. If I did something, I did use my name and say it was me who did it. But I kind of discussed that right away, both for my husband, because people ask him being at sea, is it true that the males have a woman in every port? And so I got his side of that story and some of the things he experienced and was honest about it. But I get that in the book at the beginning, and I literally don't dwell on it. I talk about it. I say the funny things and the serious things, and and that's done, because the life at sea is a life. Yes. I mean, yes, we do have sex, if you want to put it straight. But the whether it's a river or a cruise, there's so much more than that. It's the itinerary, it's the people, it's the culture, it's the languages, it's the weather. I mean, we've got from the time my husband met me, he had quite good weather, and a couple pirates tried to get on his ship a couple of times and different things.
Is that in the book?
But it's in the book. Oh. But the funny part was he never really had tumultuous weather until he met me. And then his life completely changed. And we were one literal storm after another, whether it was a tornado or hurricanes. And whatever. And I had been in several hurricanes before I met him. So for me, it wasn't an addition. For him, it was an addition. He was like, I don't know if it's a good thing that I met you. So
That's kind of scary.
yeah, he got hit with some big time weather that people just didn't believe. Those on the ship believed it, but when we would tell the tale, they thought we were lying. So that was pretty,
That's crazy.
Hi,
Hi, Big Bob. We're talking about, so Big Bob this is Big Bob. Hi, Big Bob.
Hi, Big Bob.
Bob has written a book as well. So Bob, I don't know if you just joined us or just made a comment. We just to remind everybody, we are talking about Joyce's book, If I Were Not Upon the Sea, Under the Captain's Table, and it includes sex, storms. I'm just summarizing. I'm just summarizing.
Yeah.
And but in all seriousness, it just is your story from Britannia's days to celebrity to Tauck, and but where can people buy this book?
It's on Amazon, or
it's on Amazon.
I'm on Facebook. If somebody sends me a message, I can make sure that I send it to them. But Amazon has it both in England and the US. It's pretty simple to get. But if you don't want to go, if you don't have an Amazon account or you don't have Amazon, they can pop me a message on Facebook. I'll understand that they want the book, so that's not a problem. Yes, Bob, or Scott. Oh my God, Neil. Neil, shame on you. You're in some of those stories.
I bet he's got some stories. So where's your book?
Yes, exactly. He should. Yeah. He's got great stories, but it is life, and I honor my husband's father, as I mentioned about World War II. But there's a very important person that's in the book that means a lot to me, and it actually helped me get my citizenship in Greece. Thanks to this man. His name was Professor Manolis Andronikos. He was the #1 archaeologist in the world.
Wow.
And he founded Alexander the Great's father's tomb, King Philippos, up in the northern part of Greece. I probably will butcher the name. Virginia, I think, is how you pronounce it. And he came on board and was doing lectures because it was that time period that he found, one of the most magnificent finds since King Tut. And I befriended him because of the fact that his knowledge, he was the kindest and most gentle human being I think I have ever met, next to my dad. And he taught me Greece. He is the one that made me love Greece. Him and his wife made me love Greece. And I honor him because Prime Minister Mitsotakis in the early 90s was honoring him for the find of King Philippos. And just a couple of days prior to the opening, which my husband was my boyfriend at that time, we were going to go and be part of it because we were invited. He passed away. I think he was about 58 years old. Suddenly, he passed away. I honor him in the book because of the fact that this was a magnificent brain. This was a magnificent human that was gone too long because his goal was to find Alexander the Great. And archaeologists around the world have picked up trying also to continue on to find it. So that I wanted to honor him because that was very important. And of course, I honor the Britannias because her history as being the last American-built ship at that time, all about her history, movies she was in, what she did in the war. It's a life. A ship, it doesn't matter if it's a river or a dinghy or a yacht. They have a life. And when they're respected by us as humans to travel on them and trust them to get us from A to B, that is what I try to get through the book, is, not only about people, but about the life of a moving vessel. And I think it's important.
I think that was evident through the summer when so many cruise lines were sending a lot of ships to scrap. It was quite upsetting. I think it was quite upsetting. I think
the ship graveyard, we call it.
The ship graveyard, and I think a lot of people hold lots of memories, whether they've cruised on these ships once, twice, 100 times. The memories that these ships hold, it's just so sad. But it had to happen, I guess, and it's.
Yeah, it is what it is. We can't take it back. But and also too in the book, I've got poetry in there. I've got I have songs, I have poetry from the passengers and the guests who would write about their experience with us on board. And I had to definitely have to put that in because it's their feelings of going through their travels with us. So I have that in there too. So it's a coffee table book. It's not, you know, it's that kind that you can open it and read a section at it, you know.
It's not a going story.
Yeah. It's a vignettes. It's a bunch of vignettes put in together. So
Scott says, I don't think, he wouldn't be able to publish his book.
Well, it might go to the rougher side of the town.
I read that book. And then Denise says she met some ghosts on the Britannis. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Denise. Yes, I forgot. There was a couple known.
Here's Trisha and Steve says, Denise, did you see the maid with the white lace?
That was the one I was just going to mention was the maid. That, you know, I don't know if people know the old actor Tyrone Power. He was very, very famous, very good looking, gorgeous actor back in the 30s and 40s. He was on the Britannis when it was known as the Matsonia. And that there was a cabin maid, as they were known back then, who fell in love with him. Now the story, nobody knows. Did he have an affair with her? Did he not have an affair with her? Was she just tongue-tied and of this famous movie star from Hollywood at the time? Nobody knows the reason, but she died. Probably committed suicide because this is somebody she probably, whether he had the affair and then told her bye-bye, or she wanted the affair and he didn't want to do it. Nobody knows that true story, but she was a maid. And she would come out at the most inopportune times. And I experienced her, Denise did, Trisha did. So, and that's just us crew members who did. And we had a couple of guests that demanded to leave their area of the ship because they were feeling cold air. You know, when it was 102 degrees outside in Miami, they wanted to move their cabin. They were spooked.
Yeah.
You know, and I was spooked.
I bet. Well, Denise says a captain. She's seen a captain as well. And Denise says she saw a southern dressed little girl.
Yep. You see?
Wow. That's scary.
I don't know one, but I do know about the little girl and of course the maid, the cabin maid. So and then the nice, if there is such a thing as a nice thing, the Britannis didn't go to scrap. Last time I mentioned she's down in South Africa at the bottom there off the Cape. Yeah. Those ghosts are still there. The ghosts are still there because they survive. We're not.
I think there's a movie there somewhere. They could make a movie about that ship. It's got so many stories.
And and all sincerity, they should. And I know there's an American SS United States that they have been for several years trying to save that ship, and it's I think in Pennsylvania, tied up there with donations going into her. And I really, really hope they can do that. Because this is something that the new generation, they don't know it, but yet people falsely think they're not interested, and they are interested.
There's a lot of people interested.
And yeah, I'm sure the SS United States has ghosts, but Britannis was quite known for its ghosts.
Yeah. So Todd said he had a ghost experience on the Brit, and Scott says we should make a movie.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I like to push that actually.
Yeah, we should make a movie. So what's next for you? You're Joyce, Denise says, Joyce, for sure, you will be coming back home to the show. Yes.
Well, everybody thought we were sisters, so her, Trisha, and me will all be on there again. That's funny.
So what's going on with you? You're just waiting for the word.
Waiting.
Yeah.
I'm lucky because yes, I'm with my husband, and we're, a lot of our friends are retired, so we're in that community and can sit back a little bit and breathe. Personally, I'm very anxious because I love my feet on the water, both in the water and above the water. And that's my comfort zone. When I'm traveling and I need a break, Yosemite Park is my comfort, my peace. But to work, and to move, that's and I fell in love with the river ships and the people that I became friends with who have taught me more, about river ships. That, I'm anxious like everybody else. There's days, I can be honest, I wake up and I have this anxious feeling, and I'm like, God. And you just got to take those deep breaths, and you got to say, people are suffering. Turn of events with us too can make us suffer. I mean, Greece has not been it hasn't been a bowl of jelly beans these past 15 years. It's been quite devastating for this country. So it's been one hit after another for this country and Greece with their economics that went on for 12 years, and we were losing sight of life. And then when individuals here were getting back to work and they were finding their way, we got hit with the pandemic. Right. So, Greece is crawling for years. And I feel for the people because it hurts. We see it every day. It's you just try to be nice to the people that you see on the street, not to be scared of them. If it's a homeless or a drug addict, just not to be afraid of them. I walk with my dog, so I don't have to be scared. If I want to tell somebody off, my dog's right there.
You've got a really big dog. I know. Well, we're almost at the top of the hour, but I could carry on and talk to you for hours.
Wow.
That's what we do. But can you believe it? We've been talking now for an hour.
Unbelievable. No, I don't believe it.
It's insane. But we've talked about Tauck. We've talked about the special group that we've got in 2022. And we talked about your book. So if anyone's watching this, get over to Amazon and download this book. If I could do it again. Ooh, there it is. If I Were Not Upon the Sea, Under the Captain's Table. When was this published, by the way?
2000. 2001. The good part is, if they remember, if they want to email me directly, it's uponthesea@yahoo.com. So it's part of the title, uponthesea@yahoo.com. Okay. They can, because I know a lot of people have left Amazon. So if they can't, if they're not on it, uponthesea.com and just yahoo.com, just put in the subject line, Melissa. Just put Melissa's name, and then I'll know that it is from the interview.
So what I'll do is I'll put that in the comments, and we'll put a link to the group in the comments as well if anyone's interested in the Luxury Shopping Companion group. And last but not least, will you come back and talk to us again?
If people are not bored, yeah.
No, I don't. No, I really don't think people are bored. We've got. So Joan says, thanks for an entertaining hour. I needed that. You're very welcome. Anytime, Joan, just hop into the Cruise Shop Save group, or I can chat to you about cruising anytime. Just let's liaise. And Magdalena says, I have it from.
I miss Magdalena. God bless her. It's coming up to 2 years I haven't seen her.
Todd's got the book and it's a side copy.
Oh, good. Wow. You're lucky.
And Mitch says, thanks, Joyce.
Thank you.
Cool.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to find us, you can just go on Cruise Shop Save Facebook page. We've got a group. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on whatever. But if you can, please follow us, please support us. And any ideas for any more shows? If you want to see more, next week I'm interviewing Emma Cruises. She's a cruise influencer, so I'm really looking forward to that. And Magdalena says miss you too. That's right.
Yeah.
Way too long. Y'all,
2
we all need
years.
to come and count together.
Yes, exactly. But thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. I love you all. Mwah.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Come back next week, same time, 7 p.m. London time. I'm interviewing Emma Cruises next week. Whatever you do, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.